Right, so a while back, me and my family took a trip down to Liverpool for the weekend. Now, as a huge Beatles fan, this was definitely a tick off the bucket list. It was a great experience, and yeah, I took a camera down with me and filmed some of the Beatles themed activities I got up to. So without further ado, this is some of the stuff that I got up to during my time in Liverpool.
Said move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice.
So almost as soon as we arrived, it was ready for our first activity in Liverpool. We put our bags away in our hotel and got walking from the Albert Dock all the way down to the famous Matthew Street in Liverpool, where the world-renowned Cavern Club was held. Now, if somehow you don't know what the Cavern Club is, I'll give you a bit of context. So, the Cavern Club is a legendary Liverpool venue where the Beatles played nearly 300 times between 1961 and 1963. It basically formed their musical identity. Now, it opened as a jazz club in 1957, but it became a vital hub for the Merseybeat sound and hosted many famous acts. When I mean many famous acts, I mean many, too many to name. Now, it isn't actually the original, the one you see today. The original was actually demolished in 1973, and after a temporary move and things, it reopened in 1984, but it uses many of the same bricks, and it's basically in the exact same position as the original was. And yeah, to this day, it remains a thriving live music venue and a top tourist attraction in Liverpool. Now, we picked an amazing time to come. It was National Beatles Week, so many Beatles tribute bands were on, and yeah, what an experience. I signed my name on the walls of the Cavern Club. I'll always be remembered as we left back into Matthew Street. Now, I quickly grabbed a picture next to the famous John Lennon statue just outside, and yeah, what an experience. Then, after all that, we went down the back of the Albert Docks to get a picture with the famous Beatles statue. I love this statue so much, I got a right good picture with them, which concluded our first big event in Liverpool. Yes, that's right, it was time for the magical mystery tour, the 2-hour bus journey all around Liverpool, where you get to see the famous landmarks that turned the Beatles into legends. Now, our tour guide was great, taking us around all these locations, and just to think, these were places that before were like myth to me. Look, Penny Lane, I literally got a picture at Penny Lane, just seeing these locations in person, thinking that the Beatles were here and that they were just normal guys who were extremely talented. I mean, look at George's childhood home, just a little house that created a legend from it. Strawberry Field, I just, like, John Lennon was there. Like, just thinking about that, so often us Beatles fans see the Beatles as you know, like gods, like other beings, like not human, but being in their footsteps, seeing where they grew up, yeah, it was a dream come true, really. And I would definitely do the Magical Mystery Tour over and over and over again if I could, and I would recommend it to any Beatles fan 100%. So after the tour, we dropped off quickly at the Brian Epstein statue to get a picture, and that concluded another amazing activity in Liverpool. Then we went on to go visit the Beatles Museum. Now, this was also very, very interesting, as we looked around, seeing all the different objects, whether they were owned by the Beatles or used by the Beatles. There was so much interesting stuff in here. And yeah, the museum was split into 3 floors. Each floor looked at a different era of the Beatles. And yes, so many interesting and famous objects in here. And for a mega Beatles fan like me, it was like being a kid in a candy shop, looking around in awe at all the objects found in this museum. Definitely a really, really interesting experience, and once again, if you're in Liverpool and you're a big Beatles fan, I would definitely recommend coming to this museum and seeing what it has to offer. So yeah, once again, another really successful day in Liverpool. What more could I ask for? And so, it was time for the Anfield tour, one of the most prestigious and historic stadiums in football history. We quickly paid our respects to Diogo Jota outside the stadium, and it was time to get this tour begun. So we entered the stadium, such a sleek and modern stadium Anfield is, and we got straight into the tour, got a little introductory video as we walked out onto the balcony and got an amazing view of the pitch at Anfield. Look at that, on a nice sunny day. We then got a quick view of Goodison Park. I didn't realise how close Everton's old stadium was to Anfield, as we then caught a glimpse of the Premier League trophy, which of course Liverpool won last season. Then we entered the boardroom and got to answer some press conference questions pre-match, which of course was also really cool to see. After that, we got to take some pictures with some cardboard cutouts. Of course, I had to show everyone how much I absolutely tower over Mohamed Salah. And as we walked through the corridors of Anfield a bit more, we arrived at the team dressing room, one of the highlights of the tour, getting to see all the names, all the kits in the dressing room, where the players get ready pre-match. Of course, was amazing to see. I then touched the famous Anfield sign as I got to walk out onto the pitch side and just look around at this beauty of a stadium on a beautiful day. And yeah, that was also really amazing to witness. I then took a quick seat in Anfield, really took it all in. As we entered the Liverpool Museum, we got to see the trophies they'd won. Of course, Liverpool, one of the most decorated clubs in the history of the world. Old players' boots there, old bits of memorabilia, bits of stands. Yeah, really interesting. A little Celtic reference there, the team I support. And yeah, we got to see the list of managers that had made Liverpool into such a successful club as we left the stadium for the tour. I wasn't done yet though. I purchased myself a retro Liverpool kit, 1984 European Cup final. I was looking pretty good and dandy. And sadly, that's when it was time to go home from an amazing trip in Liverpool. Well then, that includes some of the stuff that I got up to during my time away in Liverpool. An amazing experience, definitely, because that was just a snippet of the things you can get up to. There's plenty of stuff to do, and yeah, it's an amazing city, an amazing culture, brilliant people, and I definitely will be back in the future. So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.